Selling your house is one of the most stressful things you can do, and in today's tricky market, it's got a whole lot harder.
We're on a mission to turn unsellable houses into unstoppable sellers.
I'm going to get the best out of the houses.
While I get the best out of the estate agents.
Together, we're going to show you the tricks of the trade to make an unsellable house sellable. Coming up on today's programme, the Hearts are desperate to move to Australia.
But we're pushed to the brink by their unsellable house.
This is the main ball and chain that is keeping us in this country.
I get the surprise of my property life. No way.
And can I convince the estate agent to help sell the house?
Well, I've got a question for you, Scott. Would you buy it? It's got potential.
Thundersley in Essex is home to our latest unsellable.
Today's house is a nice semi in a good quiet street. A 1960s chalet-style property with lots of features to attract potential buyers. It has 3 bedrooms, separate sitting room and dining rooms, off-street parking for 2 cars, a conservatory and a detached garage. It was originally listed at £225,000, but to help make a sale in this difficult market, the price has been dropped to £209,995.
There have only been 2 viewings of the house and absolutely no offers. Something's obviously going badly wrong.
It certainly is, so I'm going to go inside and see what we can do on the home front.
I'm going to tackle the agent.
Meet the Hearts. Fire alarm fitter Colin and full-time mum Michelle made this 3-bedroom semi their home 16 years ago. And since then, they've been busy filling it up with a horde of kids and a pack of hounds.
It is
It's a very full house.
All the time. It's never quiet.
The Hearts are desperate to sell up so they can take their tribe down under.
The whole way of life out there is just completely different. Out there, they haven't got a chance to be highly strung because there's too many barbecues.
But the slowdown in the market has brought their dream to a grinding halt.
I've had 3, 4 job offers in Australia.
Yeah.
We thought we'd sell the house quite quickly, and through not selling, I've had to turn them all down. And it is frustrating. It is seriously annoying.
Yeah.
After 10 months on the market and with hardly any interest, the Hearts have all but given up hope.
We're desperate to go to Australia.
If the property sells, this is the main ball and chain that is keeping us in this country.
But yeah, if Sophie and John can do it, then they will basically change their life.
So why hasn't the Hearts' full house been snapped up? Time to take a look for myself. OK, a lot of people obviously live here. It's about 200 pairs of shoes. Not a great first impression. First impressions are everything. And the first thing you see here is, well, mess. This house is chock full of stuff, and the further in you go, the worse it gets. The carpet looks like it should be condemned. This home is a buyer's worst nightmare. Upstairs, it's no different. The bedrooms have been filled with the family's belongings from floor to ceiling. Then there's the unfinished DIY. The Hearts have taken shabby chic to a new extreme. Looks like the floor's been stuck on. Quite a lot of clutter. No way. If anything is going to put the buyers off, this will. The family's beloved pets are something of a turn-off. Even if we get viewers through the door, these boisterous beasts will have them beating a hasty retreat. Clutter, kids' toys, mess and pets fill every corner. This house is completely uninviting. Wow. I have seen some scruffy houses in my time as an agent, but that one takes the biscuit. The unfinished DIY, the carpet in the sitting room, the flooring in the conservatory, and the overpowering smell of Alsatian. It's completely unsellable in its current state.
Sophie's really got her work cut out this week. So while she breaks the bad news back at the house, I'm on the way to meet the Hearts estate agent. But first, I'm doing my homework and checking out the local area. Straight away, it's clear. Thundersley has a lot to offer buyers. Nice quiet streets, plenty of green space, and just 2 miles down the road, Rayleigh's bustling high street. All good news for the seller. My 20 years in property has taught me location sells. But, good location or not, to make that all-important sale in today's tough market, you've got to make your property stand out from the crowd.
Now, if you were coming in through that front door, what would your first impression be?
It's well lived in.
Well lived in and needs stuff doing to it.
Yeah. See, and some people, they're not very intrepid when it comes to houses, so the need stuff doing to it will make them go back out the front door.
Yeah, that's what this one needs. It needs a hell of a lot of work done to it. It is just 4 walls.
Starting with removing this carpet, which seemed better
It's had a bit
days.
of wear and tear. It's had its days.
Yeah, but this room is a nice size and you've got a fireplace that acts as a focal point.
Yeah.
The problem is I can't see that because I'm just looking at all the clutter everywhere. This house is crammed. 55% of buyers are put off by mess. If you do just one thing when you're selling your home, lose the clutter. And if you do a second, finish off those odd jobs. Now, Colin.
Yeah.
Why?
Ventilation?
Why is there a hole in the ceiling?
Probably because I started putting a door up to keep the dogs out of the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
But never really worked out how to finish it.
Yeah, because look at this. I discovered if I want a glass, I can reach through the hole in the wall and grab one.
I had some wood and a door and tried to make a door and didn't. Well, I did, but not quite.
Not quite. Michelle, you must be quite patient.
This is the thing. He does start jobs and just doesn't finish them, and I just wish he would finish them.
This is a real problem area.
All right.
And that's not the only problem. How do you think this room looks to people coming in?
With the floor at the moment?
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible.
I think the peeling floor,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's not such a good look.
No, but then the idea is that you don't look at that bit.
See,
But it doesn't
potential
work.
buyers
Yes.
see all the flaws. Now, I know you love your dogs. I mean, how could you not love a face like that?
Yes.
But, I mean, I don't want to sound rude, but there is a slight smell of dog in the house.
Yeah.
Dogs sometimes put buyers off.
Yeah.
And especially not so much the dogs, but the dog fur, the dog smell, the allergens.
Well, it doesn't help. Storm's molting at the moment.
No.
Yes.
So we're all covered in dog hairs.
Right. My last thing in this room is the sign that says, don't forget to clean up the dog poo, with an actual picture of a poo.
It's not one of theirs.
That was his idea.
What was Colin thinking? Genuine poo or not, turning people's stomachs is not the best way to sell a home. The truth is the Hearts house has potential, but right now it's unsellable.
I love nothing better than having a good nose around the local area, and that's exactly what you should be doing if you're serious about buying or selling your property. I need to find out what people like about the area, what they don't like, and what can help us hook a potential buyer. What made you move here?
Well, we wanted to get somewhere with better schools where we used to live.
Right.
Nice high street, nice community.
What I like about the area, it's very family orientated.
Yeah.
It's got a great high street, great facilities. There's lots of really good schools in the area.
So you're waiting for a bus, so what are the buses like?
Every quarter of an hour.
Not bad.
They're not bad at all.
And you're near the seaside, I suppose Southend's not far away.
You can get there on the train, drive there. Right. You've got everything that you need here. The train straight into London if you want to go to London.
It's just 35 minutes by train to central London, and buses leave for Southend and Basildon every 15 minutes. A commuter's paradise. Great selling points to really help us attract buyers. So if you were going to sell me the area, you know, in 30 words, what would you say you like about it?
I wouldn't move anywhere else.
What better recommendation? It certainly sells it to me.
Want to buy a bungalow?
It's time to get stuck into the mess. Decluttering is the first step when selling your home.
Right, let's start.
And what a lot of mess there is. Plus some nasty surprises.
Oh, look, see your tooth. That's one of the children's. You have to keep them
Wanting to do this all day.
You don't have to bin everything. Invest in storage until you sell. It will pay off in the end.
I enjoy it.
At last, the junk is out, but not without unearthing some more dodgy DIY.
What is it?
I have no idea.
Next, the old sofas are off to furniture heaven. It's always worth reviving existing pieces, but these dinosaurs are beyond rescue. And finally, I can see the potential of this property and kickstart my plan to turn it from a seller's misfortune into a buyer's dream.
The Hart's house may be unsellable, but it's definitely not down to the location. I grew up just a couple of miles down the road from here in Basildon, and people were aspiring to move to this sort of area. I can't understand why they've only had 2 viewings. I've walked around, talked to people, they love the area. People should be queuing up to look at the Hart's house. Today's market might be tough for estate agents, but properties are still selling in and around Thundersley. In fact, I've tracked down some hot properties that were unstoppable when it came to making a sale. Semi, 3 bedrooms, solid oak flooring, just 1 week on the market. Sold for the asking price of $229,995. 1970s chalet, 3 bedrooms, separate lounge and dining, 140-foot garden, listed only 2 months. Sold for £300,000. 1960s semi-detached, 3 bedrooms, conservatory, on sale 12 weeks. Sold for £215,000.
What you get if you cross 5 kids, 2 dogs, some pretty dodgy DIY with a family who wants to move to Australia. An unsellable house, that's what.
But it won't be unsellable for long. With the clutter and mismatched furniture consigned to the skip, we can finally take out those exhausted carpets before they walk out by themselves.
You go into another room, it's like, oh my God, it's changed already, and it's, I don't know, it's rapid, it's quick, and we'll see what it's like at the end.
Thank goodness all the junk is gone and now I can get cracking on my design plan. Now, because there's quite a lot to do, we're going to stick to 3 main areas to turn this house from unsellable to sellable. The conservatory is going to go from junk room to chic dining room. The dining room is going to go to a study without the dodgy DIY, and the sitting room is going to have a total facelift.
From my time as an agent, I know first impressions are everything. So it's vital we get this room right. Our first step is to tackle the paintwork and floor, so we settled on a pale blue colour for the walls, offset by a light beige carpet. Minimal modern decor will complete the buyer-friendly look.
I've spoken to a lot of people in the area now, and they love it. And looking at similar properties to the Hart's, it's really obvious their house is reasonably priced. So I'm baffled as to why there haven't been more viewings. Time for some stern words with the agent. Scott at Spicer McColl isn't the first agent to represent the Hart's. They've also listed with 2 other agencies since going on the market 10 months ago. In that time, they've fired one and were unhappy with another. Scott is their last hope. Hi, Scott.
Hi, yes.
I'm John.
Hi, John.
Let's have a chat about the Hart's property.
Of course, yeah, follow me.
Great. It's time to get to the root of why there's only been 2 viewings in 10 months. OK, Scott, I've just walked in off the street. OK, I want you to sell me the Hart's house.
OK. It is a 3-bedroom, semi-detached. It's quite a good space downstairs.
Right.
There's also quite a few sort of shops, amenities, a few pubs as well.
Well, I've got a question for you, Scott. Would you buy it?
It's got potential.
Potential? I hate agent speak, and so do buyers. But if you're being blunt, what would you say about the property?
We'd certainly ask the Hart's to possibly relocate their 2 dogs. The dogs quite often will come sort of charging.
A lot of people are going to be actually quite intimidated by that, aren't they?
Well, they are. I mean, straight away, it will put the backs up of the purchasers as well, and straight away they're not relaxed, they're not viewing the property as we would like them to view.
I mean, my observations as well, there's quite a lot of smell of dog in there. Things could be a bit cleaner.
To be blunt, yes. Yeah.
I mean, you're telling me this, but do the Harts know about these problems? Have you actually told them?
Yes, you know, we've told them that, you know, there is sort of remedial works that need to be done.
There he goes again, skirting around the issues. Come on, Scott, get real. You don't really feel comfortable about showing the property as it is. Is that fair to say?
I would think it's fair to say to some degree, yes.
If Scott's not going to get real, I will. I'm heading back to the house now, so I'll bring up the difficult subject of the dogs with the Harts. Now, your side of the deal, we get the interior of the house sorted out. I want you to promise me that you're going to bring me some prospective buyers. Deal?
That's a deal, John.
Brilliant.
Thank you, John.
To get the best out of an agent, you need to stay on their case. Get them to give you a weekly report on what they've been doing to sell your house. A whopping 90% of vendors don't trust their agent. Make sure you're one of the 10% who do. An agent who knows their stuff will always know the best selling points of your home's location. For example, being in the catchment area of a top school can add up to 20% to the value of your property. Remember, one man's trash is another man's treasure. What may look like a busy road to you or me is a valuable transport link for somebody who commutes to work. Never ignore the negatives, just turn them into positives.
The Harts are desperate to move to Australia, but when we first met them, their 3-bedroom semi in Essex was unsellable. Thanks to piles of junk and oodles of unfinished DIY, they'd had just 2 viewings in 10 months and no offers.
Then the Unsellables team moved in.
John took Colin and Michelle's agent to task.
And Sophie gave the house the Allsopp treatment.
Wanting to do this all day.
We've stripped it back, repainted, refloored and revived. Even DIY disaster Colin is finally getting stuck in.
A little birdie told me you were doing some DIY, so I thought I'd come and check it out.
We're finishing off. It's been really good.
Well, it looks fantastic. And if you get the job done and dusted completely, I promise I'll make you a cup of tea.
I'll hold you to that one.
I won't be able to get the mug out through the hole in the wall, but still, it's going to be the best cup of tea you've ever had.
Fine, see you later.
One small step for Colin, one giant leap for the Unsellables team. When doing up a house to sell, remember, your favourite colour is not necessarily everyone else's. Stick to light tones with mass appeal. For flooring, always go neutral so a buyer can imagine their own furniture in the room. And don't use your conservatory as a storage area. Presented properly, they can make or break a sale.
Now, I feel for Colin and Michelle, I really do, and I'm determined to help them get their Australian dream back on track. But there's a big problem here. The smell of the dogs is unbearable, and it's got to be putting buyers off. Somebody has to tell them about this, and it looks like I've drawn the short straw. Time for some tough love. Hi, guys, how's it going?
Oh, hello.
Hi, John.
First, we discuss a quick fix. I think what you've got to consider now is getting the dogs into kennels. Kennels could save you thousands if it helps you make a fast sale. And the Harts see sense, but now it's time to get tough. I think we've got to establish, are you going to be taking the dogs to Australia with you?
I'm not sure on that. It's a lot of money to actually ship them both over.
Right, so I'm going to get even more radical here. My suggestion is, at a certain point, you've got to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
You're going to have to find the dogs new homes later on,
Yes.
OK? Why not save a little bit of money and start working on that now? I know that's tough.
No, we have discussed it a lot. We know that the dogs have got to go sooner or later, and it's just getting round to being able to release them at some point.
Bit of an emotional blow,
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
Yeah.
And we've got to talk, you know, discuss it with the children
Yeah.
as well, and, you know, obviously tell them what's going to
Yeah.
happen.
An emotional decision, but I'm certain it will pay off in the end. And I'm sure their dogs will go to a good home. The Harts seem genuinely open to making some tough choices to get their Aussie dream back on track. With their agent Scott finally drumming up some interest in the Harts' home, the pressure's on to make it appeal to buyers.
It's taken a lot of work, but thanks to a focused design strategy, we've made a real difference on a tight budget. So while the Harts take a break away from the house, all that's left is to add some finishing touches to make their home show at its best. For broad appeal, we've stuck to neutrals. Cheerful accessories add a touch of colour without scaring buyers off.
Is that right, isn't it?
A little to the left, I think.
Honestly, it's not the picture, it's the house.
It's taken some elbow grease to get it sorted in time, but the hard work will be worth it. This house is well on its way to becoming sellable.
3 days ago, the Hart's house was an unsellable disaster zone.
Clutter and mess filled every room, making this house seem tiny. Half-baked DIY made it look more like a building site than a comfortable home. It was uninviting and unattractive.
And after 10 months on the market, it was going nowhere.
But then the Unsellables team moved in, and now things have really changed. The living room, once full of clutter, mismatched decor and oversized, battered furniture, has been transformed. Now the main room is light and airy, with its attractive coordinated colour scheme. Modern furniture makes the room look up to date and appeals to our target market, young families. Fresh accessories and coordinated soft furnishings mean it's now a selling feature, not an eyesore. You don't have to spend a lot of money to make a difference. You can recover old sofas or even rent or borrow just for the viewings. The dining room felt unloved. Junk in every corner and a kitchen door that was only half done. Now it's an attractive study, and with the DIY finished, it feels complete. The conservatory was being used as a junk room, and the floor was far from appealing. Hardly a selling feature. That's all changed. It makes an ideal dining area, a room to enjoy on a nice sunny day, something the estate agent Scott can really sell to the buyers. Upstairs, the kids' rooms, once rammed with toys, have been tidied. Buyers will now see their true potential.
And finally, with viewings imminent, the dogs have been sent to kennels. The Hart's ball and chain is no longer unsellable. Time to see what Colin and Michelle make of the final result.
Moment of truth, come on in.
Wow.
That's different.
Different good?
Definitely.
Oh, Michelle, you feel like you're almost shaking.
Probably because I've never seen it so clean and fresh. So, you know, yeah, it is fantastic the way it's been done.
There's still a few things I want you to see. Come on through. Ta-da! A finished DIY project. You now have a beautiful door.
A proper doorway.
And a lovely study.
Wow, yes, my dining room. It's no longer a dining room.
All sit down at dinner.
Ooh, it's different.
Really nice.
It looks huge now.
It does look huge, I know. This is now a really smart, formal dining room. You know, it's not a junk room, it's not a room where the dogs are in.
You know, it looks so clean and it's going to be so much easier for me to stay on top of it now. And
So if you walked through the front door now and came into a house like this, is it a house you'd like to make an offer on?
yes, I would.
I think we've made a big difference to this house, and now it's a sellable home.
It is, yes,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it's all thanks to you.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michelle.
That's right.
The Harts are happy, so now it's over to Scott to sell, sell, sell. But what does he make of the transformation?
I think it's incredible. It's an absolute complete change. The significant difference is certainly the light in the property. It's certainly a lot lighter, and that's what today's purchasers are looking for.
With no more excuses, it's time for the real test. Scott's managed to get 2 viewings today, as many as he's had since taking on the house. Can he convince a buyer that this is the home for them?
Wow, it's a nice room. It's really nice, light, spacious, airy.
The first viewing is underway and the declutter's worked. Buyers can finally see the size and potential of this room.
OK, we've got the conservatory.
Oh, lovely. I'm a lover of conservatories myself, especially on a nice sunny day like today.
The garden's east-facing, so you'll get the sun in the morning, and of an evening the sun will obviously come round to the front of the property.
Lovely, yeah.
Scott's going for it with the sales patter.
And our work on the conservatory's clearly paid off. It's gone from junk room to selling feature.
Next up, it's a young couple who specifically asked for a conservatory.
I like the fact it's got a conservatory.
It's big size.
OK, it gives you the extra room as well.
It is a feature that we would be looking to, would have added onto a house anyway.
We've created some real selling features.
Scott's making sure the buyers take them all in.
So then behind here, we've got some sort of storage area here as well.
All right.
OK, there's obviously plenty of room for the wardrobes.
So what's the verdict?
There's only myself and my little boy, so there'll be plenty of room for the two of us. And there's not a major amount of work to be done, so, yeah, I could see myself living in this house.
At the minute, this is probably the room where I'd spend most of my time if we was to buy the house.
Yeah, I think I could see myself in the summer.
Chilling.
Having fun with the friends, yeah.
I'm considering making an offer, but I'd just like to second view first to be 100%.
Hang on, did she say offer?
I'm considering making an offer.
We really have come a long way.
That went well. Scott did a really good job of accentuating the positives.
And I think we've got some real interest. We've just got to wait and see. But I hate the suspense.
Job well done, though. I reckon the Hearts are going to be tossing a shrimp on the barbie before you can say, "G'day, mate."
I was waiting for that.
What a result. Really positive feedback.
And a possible offer in the making.
Over to Scott to close the deal.
And the Hearts to keep the house ship-shape. I really hope they can do it. When we first met the Hearts, their full house was a real turn-off.
They'd had only 2 viewings in 10 months, had lost all hope of making a sale, and their dream of moving to Australia was on hold.
This is the main ball and chain that is keeping us in this country.
It's been a month since we've met the Hearts, and in that time, we've doubled the amount of people viewing their home.
But best of all, one of the viewings went so well, they're considering making that all-important offer.
We've really made this unsellable house sellable.